Whoa, what's going on, everybody? Simon Says Crypto here in the corner. This is like try number 3. Been having some issues today, but let's get started. Here is what I wanted to share with you guys in case you missed it. Last night's live with Melissa and the always positive, optimistic Prime and the guest that they had on last night. Just kidding. Let's try this over here. Let's hit this play button here.
Let's get Niall in here.
There's Niall. Hello, Niall.
Hello, Niall. How are you?
Good evening, ladies. The protectors have arrived. How are we tonight?
We're doing fantastic. The protectors of the frequency. That's so awesome.
Nah, thank you. Honestly, it's been so much fun getting this live. And how the community's taken to it has just been absolutely incredible. Everyone rocking the PFPs, just everyone taken to the protector branding, like defending the frequencies, defending independent music. It's incredible. It's beautiful to see. That's what our brand's about. So
defending independent music. Pay attention.
Yeah, let's go. I'm really excited about this. I'm excited to share more about it as well, because I haven't really spoken much about the rewards and stuff that's coming with the protectors. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Rob's just sorting out his lighting right now, so hopefully he'll be here with us in a minute.
Awesome.
I also love your outfit, Niall. It's like a little elf.
We've got to get into the Christmas spirit, and yeah, it's festive.
I have to tell you, I've always been a music fan. I try to sing here and there, but I'm nowhere an independent artist by any stretch of the imagination. But when you asked me to be a protector of the frequency and you made me this super cool, the gal behind me is me. And man, I just thank you so much. I think it's so cool. I'm very excited to be part of this and help in any way that I can. But for our audience, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where did you come from? How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so I'm just your average Joe. 5, 6 years ago, I was working on construction sites. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, just grinding it out daily. I actually sort of started into crypto, into the XRP community, working back in the day with DP Monk's Finance. I think that was one of the first crypto companies I was working with. Much love to Dan and the team over there. Fantastic team. Got so much love and respect for them. And yeah, ever since then, just sort of working my way up through the crypto space. Land into what was NF Tempo, and then to me actually eventually taking over NF Tempo, rebranding it to Collectibles, partnering with Rob with IMU TV, and now we've got the protectors to really complete the brand. So yeah, it's been a wild little journey. Really excited the last couple of years, especially since I've been getting involved in the music side of crypto, and really bringing music to the blockchain. It's been so much fun. The talent that's been I've been opened up to is we don't need mainstream media anymore. We really don't. There is so much talent across this world. Hey, even in some of the XRP karaoke spaces, shout out to Gotta Be in the karaoke spaces he holds. There's some amazing performers that come through there, and everyone's improving each week. It's so much fun. So much fun.
That's great. I think Rob is here. Well, I'll bring him in when I can see that his camera's on. So yes, I've seen you guys. I've seen some of those karaoke spaces too. How are you going about finding your talent? Are they coming to you? Are they finding out about you through X? Are they finding out about you through other avenues? How do these artists find you?
That's a great question. That's something I actually pride myself in how we sort of started with NF Tempo. NF Tempo was the Web3 marketplace we had on the XRPL for music collectibles. That we did. That's currently down at the moment while we're rebuilding it, which is now Collectibles. But when I was the CMO at NF Tempo, it was just I was going out to every single music space I could find across every community. So Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin. I was tapping into everyone because there's so many music artists out there. Ethereum with Sound XYZ, that was one of the main platforms. Everyone was just flocking to Sound XYZ. So if you're not tapping into these other community spaces, and if you're segregating yourself to the XRPL, respectfully, you're so limited because there's so.
Yes, right there. That's a fact. You should definitely be trying all these other all these other protocols. I like the fact that he's bringing that up from the artist perspective, right? I mean, if you really think about it, each platform, XRPL, Ethereum, any other platform that Niall here just mentioned, as an artist, you should be going to all those platforms, right? Creating on all those platforms. No different than like, okay, we still have the issue with Android versus Mac, right? Or Android versus Apple, or iOS versus Android. Excuse me, that's proper term. Sorry, sorry to all my code nerds out there. If I offended you, I apologize. I'm not getting it right, but those are that's just a different code to get the same thing on there, right? So if you only went iPhone or iOS, or you only went Android, well, you're limiting yourself to your reach, right? And that's what I like, the fact that he's bringing that up, not directly, but he is saying that if you're only over here on this platform, well, then you're losing out on all these other platforms. So get out there. And arguably, if you listen to Mr. Mann, him talking about interoperability with these chains, hello, there you go. That's coming. So can you send your music across the XRPL, and XRP is some type of a bridge there, or would that be another way? We'll find out later, but let's continue.
Especially over the last few years with the SEC and the lawsuit and stuff, people have been scared about getting involved in the XRPL. A lot of them, we're finding out now with the meme coin craze and everything coming with First Ledger, they're only now finding out about NFTs. So yeah, we really had to get ourselves out there. We had to be out there grinding with the community, hands down, just in the streets with them, out here in the spaces. I do a lot on LinkedIn as well. So I've got a big artist network on LinkedIn. Be really surprised about how many artists actually utilize LinkedIn as one of their sort of business platforms. So yeah, LinkedIn's a really good outreaching tool, especially to connect with those artists who's not on blockchain and Web3 already. So that's been a really good onboarding tool. But yeah, you've got to get yourself out there. We're actively going out and seeking the artists, and it's kind of got to the point now where everyone, or say everyone, a lot of people in the music community and Web3 know about us. They know about me and Rob, IMU, and everything we're building here. So it's now sort of starting to snowball back to us, and we're getting artists coming to us now a lot of the time. So yeah, now it's a nice little mix. The first sort of 12, 18 months was a big grind of just getting out there, getting your name known, especially in Web3. I think the initial response I got was people were wary. A new Web3 platform coming up, and they want to take your music, this and that. And is it another one of them? They're just trying to take the money away from you. Do you know what I mean? So people were wary. We had to sort of earn our stripes essentially and showcase that we're here for the long run. And yeah, it's paying back in rewards now with the community we've built.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's fantastic. Rosemary says, this is the intersection of everything coming together. Amen. Rosemary. I want to give a shout out. Cosmic Mama Shay is here. Toasty Toastman Tech. Tiara, another one of our fantastic protector of the frequency. Fruition News. Miss Maya is here. Matt Riley, thank you guys so much for coming. Becky Richardson, Beck.
Okay, I'm going to pause right there. I'm going to fast forward here to where Rob literally joins the show. I think it's like right about here. I want you guys to listen to Rob here. Tell him a little bit about yourself and where he's come from. And I am speaking to all my up and coming artists out there. If you have any hopes and dreams on being in the music scene, Rob's going to paint a little bit of the history of what Niall's talked about, and you're going to see the light that as an independent artist, which all artists are independent, even if you're, a boy band, girl band, whatever band, Three Amigos, or, how many people are in your band or group or what have you. Listen to this, because the music industry arguably has been in dire need for something for the artists. And the record companies, well, they're not really for the artist. And that's what you're going to see here. So let me just get to Rob right on here. Okay, here we go. I think that's where I want to be. So let's.
How are you?
Hello, everybody. Hello. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, we can
All
hear
right,
you
all right.
fantastically.
Let me make sure. I am so sorry. I for some reason I thought it was going to be on X, and so I did not have any of my stream stuff ready. I was not looking good, y'all. So I had to come.
Well, listen, you pulled it together, and you are here, and we are very appreciative of that, Mr. Rob Nichols.
Well, I am appreciative of you all having us. This is so incredible to have so many people just excited about what we're doing. I mean, Niall and I talk, we're like, even though we're so far apart, we're like glue. You know what I mean? So we talk so often, and when we every day we just it's just mind blowing. You know what I mean? So thank you for having us. We truly appreciate it.
You want to know why I'm excited, Rob?
Why?
Because I heard you from the D.
And I am from Detroit.
Hey,
I am
guess
born
what?
and raised in Detroit.
Guess where I am.
Where?
I'm not in Detroit, but I am in Michigan. About hour and 20 minutes from you. So
so you rooting for the Lions too, then?
Of course. You know I do.
Nah, we going this year. I don't care what nobody say.
Right. You guys heard it here first. Rob Nichols saying the Detroit Lions going this year.
All right. Well, I'm extra excited now for sure.
Yeah, very nice to meet you. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself, Rob, and how you came to find the IMU television, IMU TV.
Well, my name is Rob Nichols. I am you just heard, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised, and I've been doing music. Music is in my family. I'm just musically inclined. My mother, my sisters, my uncles, all of them play instruments. My brothers, everybody sings something musically. And so it was just kind of in me to do so. Started playing an instrument when I was like in the third grade, singing in the glee club and all of that stuff in the second grade. So it was just like natural. Music just came. So as I got a little older, started playing trumpet and all of that good stuff, right? So around that time, I'm breakdancer. That's when hip hop starts to make its way into the forefront, telling my age here, but who cares? Everybody knows me as Uncle Rob, and I'm the OG hip hopper of the space. So I'm very, very okay with that. But as during this time where hip hop starts coming in, and we're looking at TV shows like Kids Are People Too, and all of these kind of shows, right? And they're showing these new and upcoming things with music, and I'm seeing DJs scratching, and me and my buddies, we're still breakdancing. So we're like, wow, what's this? So also a friend of mine named Quentin Sharp, check him out, he's doing very well in the acting sphere here in Detroit. He came and introduced the formal form of rap to me, right? I was writing poems already, but he officially introduced it to me as the right? So I got it at that. I was like, oh, it's like writing a poem to a beat. Woo! Went crazy. Fast forward to 1990. I'm graduating high school at 17 years old, and I got my first record deal before I graduated from high school. So that introduced me to the music. I was already in the studio and a part of a very, very incredible organization of young people who were we were self-organized, we were self-democratized, led by a good friend of mine still to this day, named Jewel Silas, group called The Posse. And we were a group of rappers, DJs, dancers, and young people who were enthusiasts about music. And we were 13, 14, 17 at the oldest. And we had dues, we had meetings, we had practices, we had, you name it, And that's how I got to be developed. And then I signed my first record deal with them. And I've been in the professional lane since. The thing that kept me independent is because I had several friends that signed major record deals. And now knows this story. One of my closest friends, I call her my sister, was the first female hip hop artist to sign the Def Jam Records.
Wow.
Right. And so I was able to see all of the things that her and other friends, I had another friend that signed to Atlantic Records. He and his group had signed a major record deal to Atlantic Records, Big Beat Records. And so I was able to see all of the troubles and things that they went through having major record deals. And it wasn't pretty. It was like ultimately like, man, do I really want that? Is that something that, you know, because I'm looking at her, especially her, because we're talking about Def Jam, you know, she's working right next to Russell Simmons, you know, and these kind of people. And when I'm seeing her, she's looking rough, she's tired, she's beat, she's like not enjoying herself. You know, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not why I got into this, right? So I end up finding that signing independent record deals were a lot more personable. I was able to interact directly with the label owners, give them my direction. Weren't trying to change my image. They was just letting me be who I was. You know what I mean? I like you. Let's keep going, right? And so, well, you know, being from Detroit, we don't have any major radio stations that specifically play local music. You know, being from music, you're done, right? Every other major metropolitan city has several. Atlanta has several. Texas, Houston, and Dallas has several that radio stations where all they play is local talent, right? Detroit doesn't have that. It's all mainstream. Radio One.
Okay, he's identifying a long-standing issue in the music industry. Okay, so if you missed what he's talking about, go back and listen. Didn't have, right? He's identifying the problem.
You know, what is iHeartRadio now, right? It's always been that big conglomerate. So we didn't get a whole lot of radio play there, man. We didn't get a whole lot of support. A lot of major record labels didn't come here to try to get in attention until, you know, we finally get a few artists like Eminem and others to finally start doing something. But it was just nothing like that for the independent. So, you know, over the years, I've done just everything, absolutely everything a major rapper can do. Tours, you name it. I open for so many major acts. It's crazy. Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., Too Short, Two Live Crew, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I opened for Too Short 3 times. I mean, so
Wow.
Well, he's got all the twos.
I did it all except get paid. And
Oh.
I found out the vast majority of artists don't get paid.
Yep.
Even if they do blow up, they don't get paid. The stories are always still so sad in the end. How this artist got the major record deal and they got, you know, everybody knows them as a household name, but in the end, you find out about them years later. They're on Skid Row, bummed out, or right, because they abused and abused and kicked to the curb. So, being an artist still at my age, finding my way still making music, right? I come into Web3. My nephew Ball Out Crypto. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He's in the Web3 space. He said, "Uncle, why don't you come over and check out Web3? You know, what can it hurt?" Well, I was just making music for hobby because I just like listening to me. I didn't like listening to what was on the radio. Right? So I go and I go into a space with young guys, right? And it's a freestyle battle, and I get in it. I didn't think I was going to do anything, right? And I came in second place. I mean, it had been years since I had freestyle. And all of these young guys were in there like, man, who are you? You Ball Out's uncle? You're like, man, you blah, blah, blah. And it was raving up going crazy, like, are you serious? So I was like, okay, all right, yeah, sure, that's a fluke. So I come into the community, I thought it was
It's a fluke.
I had never been experienced to Web3. I had knew about crypto and all that stuff, and had no idea what Web3 was, the community building or anything, no idea. So I came in and I got in as a DJ. I came in as a DJ and into the Chronos space, I was on the Chronos blockchain. I was a serious Crow fam. I still love those people. And then I migrated over into VeChain, and VeChain became like, they opened me up like, come here, we love you, Rob, right? And I was able to do the first thing that really got me hooked here in Web3. And I know I could talk, so I'm gonna go ahead and start curbing it down because I could talk, I know. But the Matt V8s community and on VeChain, very big community. One of the main leaders, the community manager, in fact, just kind of reached out to me like, man, I like you. You're a cool guy. And I'm like, wow, this Web3 place is pretty cool. You know, people just reaching out like that. And he brought me in and told me a little bit about it and gifted me with an ape and all of this good stuff. So I'm like, wow, so I'm in. So I just stayed and said, well, what do you do? Well, I make music. And everybody told everybody, well, yeah, Rob makes music. And I asked them, do you have a community theme song? And they said, well, no. And I said, well, let me present it to the community. And they said, okay. And I did it live in the space on X. And the community went wild. They went bananas, right? No pun intended. They are apes, right? But they loved it, and they was like, we have a new community theme song, and we minted it on the World of E marketplace, who they had a very close relationship with. And we also did some things on later on with Niall and NF Tempo as a cross chain. But the NFT, the Mad V8 community bought every single one. It was a edition. It was 100, and it sold out in 9 hours.
Wow.
It's my
9 hours. I'm going to stop right there because there is so much more content. You guys should be checking this out. Again, I'm trying to keep these a little short, but I just wanted to highlight these two individuals and, and how they've come through the space, different journeys, artists, as far as independent artists, and now they're really bringing some other artists together. This is very, very, very exciting. Go check out this last night's live if you haven't checked it out. And if you already have watched last night's live, go watch it again. I'm telling you, there are gems throughout each one of these lives. You just got to listen to it again. All right. Hey, I got to go. Keep dipping that toe. These are the deuces, and I'm Cabooses, and I will check you guys out very, very soon. Keep on rocking it. Simon Says Crypto for Dip a Toe.